Chapter 1: The Power of Tiny Habits. Hello, my amazing friends. Today, I want to share a secret that can change your life completely. Most people think that big changes come from big actions, but the truth is the smallest habits often create the biggest results. These tiny actions may seem too small to matter at first, but over time, they add up in a huge way. This is called the power of compounding. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you save just $1 every day. It doesn't sound like much, right? But after 1 year, you will have $365. That's just $1 a day. Now imagine if you improve one small habit every day. Read one page of a book. Take a 5-minute walk. Drink one extra glass of water. Each small action may seem tiny, but over months and years, these small steps create massive changes in your life. The key to success is consistency, not perfection. You don't need to do something huge all at once. You just need to do something small every single day. For example, if you want to start exercising, begin with just 2 minutes a day. If you want to write a book, start with one sentence each day. It may feel too small, but the important thing is that you start and repeat. Another important point is to focus on your daily routine. Habits shape your identity. Small habits repeated daily make you the kind of person you want to become. Want to be healthy? Small daily habits like drinking water, eating vegetables, and walking will make you healthy. Want to be successful? Small habits like reading, learning, and practicing skills every day will make you successful. So, my friends, never underestimate the power of tiny habits. Don't wait for a perfect day to start. Start today, even with the smallest action. Small improvements, repeated consistently, lead to extraordinary results. Lesson: focus on tiny, daily improvements, and your life will change in ways you never imagined. Chapter 2: Make habits obvious. Now we will talk about a simple but powerful secret. Make your habits obvious. Most people fail to build habits because they forget to do them or don't notice them. If you want to change your life, you must make your habits easy to see and hard to miss. Think about it like this. If you want to drink more water, just keep a water bottle on your desk or next to your bed. If you want to read more, put a book on your pillow or on the table where you will see it every day. These are small visual reminders that push your brain to take action automatically. When your brain sees the cue, it knows it's time to do the habit. Let me give you an example. Sarah wanted to start exercising in the morning, but she always forgot or felt too lazy. One night, she put her workout clothes on her bed and left her shoes by the door. The next morning, when she woke up, she saw the clothes and shoes, and without thinking much, she started exercising. That small step made a huge difference. Soon, exercising became a daily routine, because the habit was obvious and easy to remember. Another example is brushing your teeth. Most people do it automatically, because the toothbrush is always in the bathroom. The visual cue triggers the habit without thinking. This is exactly how you can design your own habits. Make them impossible to miss. James Clear says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." The first step in building a system is making the habit obvious. The easier you see it, the easier it is to start. So, my friends, focus on your environment. Place reminders, objects, or notes where you can see them every day. Make it so clear that you cannot ignore the habit. Lesson: make your habits obvious, and your brain will naturally follow them. Remember, small cues lead to big changes over time. Start today by making one habit obvious, and watch your life improve step by step. Chapter 3. Make Habits Attractive. In Chapter 3, we will talk about an important secret to building habits. Make your habits attractive. The truth is, we naturally enjoy things that feel good. If a habit feels boring or difficult, it is hard to stick with. But if you make it enjoyable, your brain looks forward to it, and doing the habit becomes easier. One great way to make habits attractive is called temptation bundling. This means you pair a habit you want to do with something you love. For example, if you want to exercise but don't like it, listen to your favorite music or podcast while exercising. Suddenly, exercising feels fun, and you start looking forward to it. Or if you want to read more books, enjoy a cup of tea or coffee while reading. The brain begins to associate the habit with pleasure, and that makes it easier to do every day. Let me give you another example. John wanted to start writing every morning, but he found it boring. He loved coffee, so he made a rule. I can only drink my favorite coffee after I write 5 minutes in my notebook. Slowly, writing became attractive because it was linked with something he enjoyed. Before long, John looked forward to writing every day. That's the power of making habits attractive. James Clear says that habits are easier to stick with when they are rewarding. If you feel good while doing a habit, your brain wants to repeat it. This is how small habits turn into long-term routines. On the other hand, bad habits like scrolling social media are attractive because they give instant pleasure. That's why we often repeat them without thinking. The key is to make good habits more attractive than bad ones. So, my friends, find ways to enjoy your good habits. Pair them with something you love. Celebrate small wins, or create a routine that feels exciting. Lesson: when habits feel attractive, your brain wants to do them, and consistency becomes easy. Remember, the secret to long-term success is not just doing habits, but making them something you love to do. Start today by making one habit attractive, and watch yourself follow it naturally every day. Chapter 4. Make Habits Easy. Let's talk about a very important secret. Make your habits easy. Most people fail to build habits because they make them too hard. If something feels difficult or takes too much effort, we usually give up. But if you make habits simple and easy, it is much easier to do them every day. The key is to start small. For example, if you want to exercise, don't try to run 5 kilometers on the first day. Start with just 2 minutes of walking or stretching. If you want to read more, don't try to read 50 pages at once. Start with just 1 page a day. Small actions feel easy, and when you do them daily, they slowly grow into bigger habits. Another secret is to reduce friction for good habits and increase friction for bad habits. What does that mean? For good habits, make it easy to start. For example, if you want to eat healthy, keep fruits and vegetables on the table. For bad habits, make them hard. For example, put your phone in another room at night to stop scrolling. Or hide junk food in a cabinet that is hard to reach. Small changes like these make a big difference. Let me give you an example. Emma wanted to start meditating every morning, but she kept forgetting. Then she decided to leave her yoga mat on the floor near her bed. The next morning, she saw the mat and immediately sat down to meditate. The habit became easy because she removed all obstacles. James Clear says, "You do not need to be perfect. You just need to start." Success is about taking small, simple steps every day. The easier a habit is, the more likely you are to do it. So, my friends, focus on making your habits easy. Start small, reduce obstacles, and remove difficulties. Lesson: small, simple habits done consistently lead to big results. Remember, success does not come from hard actions alone. It comes from easy habits repeated every day. Start today with one simple habit, and watch your life improve step by step. Chapter 5. Make habits satisfying. Talk about a very important secret. Make your habits satisfying. The truth is, our brains repeat actions that feel good. If a habit feels boring or unpleasant, we stop doing it. But if a habit feels rewarding, we naturally want to repeat it. This is why making habits satisfying is very powerful. Let me explain with a simple example. Imagine you want to drink more water every day. Each time you finish a glass, you put a small check mark on a calendar. That little check mark feels good and gives you a sense of achievement. Soon, you start looking forward to finishing each glass so you can mark it. That is making the habit satisfying. Another example is exercise. If you exercise and then reward yourself with your favorite smoothie or show, your brain connects the habit with pleasure. This makes it easier to continue exercising every day. The key is to celebrate small wins. Even tiny progress is important because it motivates you to keep going. James Clear says that habits are easier to stick with when they are immediately satisfying. Long-term benefits, like losing weight or learning a skill, are important, but they are in the future. Our brains need rewards now. That's why tracking progress, celebrating achievements, or giving yourself small treats works so well. Here is another story. Ravi wanted to write every day. He decided to give himself a small reward after writing: a piece of chocolate or 10 minutes of his favorite game. Soon, writing felt enjoyable. He looked forward to it every day. That is the power of making a habit satisfying. So, my friends, think about ways to make your habits enjoyable. Celebrate small victories, give yourself little rewards, or track your progress visually. Lesson: when a habit feels satisfying, your brain wants to do it again and again. Remember, habits are not just about discipline. They are about feeling good while doing them. Start today by making one habit satisfying. and watch how easy it becomes to repeat it every day. Chapter 6. Habit Stacking. Now we will talk about a very smart secret called habit stacking. Habit stacking is a simple way to build new habits by attaching them to habits you already do every day. This makes new habits easier to remember and do because your brain connects them to something familiar. Let me explain. Imagine you already brush your teeth every morning. That is a habit you do without thinking. Now, if you want to start flossing, you can use habit stacking. After I brush my teeth, I will floss one tooth. Because brushing your teeth is already a habit, it reminds you to floss. Slowly, flossing becomes automatic because it is attached to something you already do. Here's another example. Sarah wanted to start writing a gratitude journal. She decided, after I pour my morning coffee, I will write down one thing I am grateful for. Every morning, when she made coffee, she remembered to write in her journal. Soon, it became a daily habit without much effort. That is the power of stacking habits. James Clear says, the key to building habits is to tie them to what you already do. By linking a new habit to an old habit, your brain sees it as a natural part of your routine. This makes it much easier to start and continue. Habit stacking works for anything. Want to exercise? After I take off my work shoes, I will do 5 push-ups. Want to read more? After I turn off my computer, I will read 1 page of my book. Even tiny habits work when you stack them. Small actions done consistently lead to big results over time. So, my friends, look at your daily routines and find places to stack new habits. Start with one small habit and attach it to something you already do. Lesson: habit stacking makes new habits easy, natural, and automatic. Remember, the secret to success is not doing huge things at once. It's attaching small new habits to what you already do every day. Start today by stacking one small habit and watch it grow into a big change in your life. Chapter 7. Focus on system, not goals. In Chapter 7, we'll talk about an important secret for success. Focus on systems, not just goals. Many people only think about their goals, like losing weight, earning money, or learning a skill. But the truth is, goals are just results. What really matters is the system, the daily actions you take to reach those goals. Let me explain with an example. Imagine your goal is to lose 10 kilograms. You can dream about it all day. But if you don't exercise or eat healthy daily, the goal will not happen. Your system is exercising for 20 minutes each day, eating vegetables, and drinking more water. When you focus on these small daily actions, the goal will naturally follow. James Clear says, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Goals give direction, but systems create progress. Winners focus on the process, not just the dream. Systems are also easier to control than goals. You cannot always control the outcome, but you can control your actions. If your goal is to run a marathon, you cannot run it today, but you can run 10 minutes now. Small actions every day build momentum and lead to big results over time. So, my friends, focus on creating strong systems. Design daily routines and habits that move you closer to your goals. Lesson: goals are important, but your daily system is what creates success. Remember, success is not about wishing or hoping. It's about taking consistent daily actions. Start today by building one small system in your life, and watch how it grows into amazing results over time. Chapter 8: Continuous Improvement and Patience. In the last chapter, we will talk about two very important secrets for success: continuous improvement and patience. Most people want big results quickly, but real success comes slowly, step by step. Small habits done consistently over time create amazing results. That is why patience and continuous improvement are so powerful. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to get better at English. If you study one new word every day, it may seem too small at first, but after 1 year, you will know 365 new words. Small improvements repeated every day add up, and suddenly, you will be much better than when you started. That is the magic of continuous improvement.